My name is Linda, and I'm a retired science teacher, chemistry specifically, and I still do tutoring. I'm 74 years old, and I've been coming to Kanna a little over 2 years. I joined in May of 2021. I grew up in Western Pennsylvania in a tiny little town where there were no organized sports for girls. So my dad was an avid golfer, and he cut down regular clubs, cut the shafts down real short and re-gripped them, and I played golf all my life. So I did that, and we had a municipal swimming pool in the town, and I spent most of my summer there, but nothing organized except for junior life saving. Mostly I played in the backyard with my girlfriends in the neighborhood, and we'd do cartwheels and back bends and swing on swings, and I don't know what you call it. We used to call it skin the cat, but that's not a nice thing to call it. But just things like that. So nothing organized. And then when I was in my 30s, I started to run, and I jogged for 30 years till my knees said, no more of that. Well, I remember during COVID that my son-in-law and daughter were talking about their CrossFit workouts, and they were doing them outside in the backyard and online, and my son-in-law sent me some sort of a link to you guys, and during COVID, I was pretty much just walking, and I did a little bit of online stuff, exercises, but my son-in-law and daughter were talking about the CrossFit exercises they were doing, and they sounded pretty impressive, and I thought, oh boy, that's good for them. I could never do that, but good for them, that's great. And as we continued to converse about it, I can't remember exactly what the turning point was. They might, but they convinced me that I could try it and that it could be for all ages. Because I remember saying to them, oh, I wish I'd had that when I was a kid, or even as a young adult. Never had anything like that. So, but they convinced me to try it. And yeah, I came in, I met with you. I showed you all my charts of all my record keeping of all my boring workouts with the machines at the gym, and you kind of chuckled about that. And I decided to try a personal training session, and you hooked me up with Steph, and I worked with her. Oh, she was wonderful. I mean, she really was very careful with me. I was nervous about getting injuries and so forth at my age. She worked with me, and I've never been a strong person. I've never had strength. As a kid, I would watch my friends shooting basketballs and say, how do they get that basketball all the way up to the backboard? Are you kidding me? I just never was strong. Limber and agile, but never strong. That was one of the reasons that I wanted to start coming here, to build up my strength a little bit. And she was wonderful. It took me a good 6 months though before I had the courage to do a class. Stayed with her for about 6 months in personal training, and she was great. I noticed immediate results because I could get my luggage into the overhead bin on an airplane more easily. I could always do it, but it wasn't pretty, and I was able to do that. When I first started, I had a 2-year-old grandson, and I remember it was a struggle to lift him from the floor up into the shopping cart at Costco. It was like, and a year later, he was a year older, and I was like, and I thought, did he lose weight? I don't think so. No. Just a few weeks ago, I went to a plant nursery, landscaping, and I fell in love with this potted thing. It was huge. It was like big around, and I loved it, the pot, and it was 15% off. So I said, I gotta have this thing. So the lady loaded it into the floor of my back seat where I thought it would be braced rather than in the trunk, And she said, I hope you have somebody at home to help you get this out of the car. They just watered the plants, and this is heavy. And the whole way home, I'm thinking, why did I buy this? What am I gonna do when I get home? How am I gonna get it out of the car? It was so dumb, and I thought, Stu is out of town for the week. I can't sit in my car for a week. And I tried to think of neighbors I could get to help me on the way home. I'm driving. Who could help me with this? Well, I have another son-in-law that I could call him over. I get home, and I think, well, I'll at least see how heavy it is. I'll try it. Doggone thing came out of the car. I was able to get it out of the car myself. I was like so excited. And I didn't injure myself either. Without injury, I got it out of the car. No, but the whole way home, I was just full of angst. I thought, what an idiot to buy this thing. Why did I do that? But I got it out. Yeah, I've just been pleasantly surprised at how much easier things are than they used to be, or than I expect them to be. Not that I'm still not as strong as I'd like to be, and I'd like to keep working on it. At my age, I know muscles deteriorate with age, and so I would like to at least stop the deterioration. If I could get stronger, that would be even better. That would be a bonus. And I want to get my bone density scan tested. I haven't had a bone density scan since I started, and I want to get one and see how, because I have a little bit of osteopenia, so that would be great to see if it's improved. Well, I usually have to take a nap every afternoon after a bit of CrossFit in the morning. And for me, it's trying to find a balance between completely wearing myself out, but at the same time challenging myself, because I don't want to injure. I want to walk out of here unassisted. It's hard for me, but I think that's the beauty of the coaching. I do have more confidence. I mean, I never thought I could go to CrossFit. And so, yeah, I have more confidence, but I'm also aware of my age, because I'm working in a gym with so many younger people who are so much better than I am, and I'm like, oh, wow. I love watching them. I love Stu working. I love seeing you work. I love watching Justin demonstrate moves. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so neat that they can do this. Yeah, I wish I could have done this when I was young, but I'm glad I'm doing it now. Yeah, I'm glad I'm doing it now. Well, I had that reaction when I first knew that Heather and Stu were going to CrossFit, because everything I'd heard about CrossFit was somewhat intimidating. But wow, yeah, you come in here, and I didn't know about the scaling. I didn't know how things could be scaled to fit your current state of fitness and also any injuries that you have. And so I love how the coaches are just able to help you know what you can do. So it doesn't need to be intimidating at all. And I love the variety. Every day you come in, the class is different, and I come in wondering, okay, what are we going to do today? And it's really fun. I've never had so much fun working out as I have here. And it's a community, and you know the people in the class. It's not like you just go into an anonymous place and work on a machine or something. It's a community. Everybody's so friendly and accepting, and I can't say enough about it. I can't say enough about the support of the coaches and the staff. Helpful they are, and welcoming and patient and knowledgeable. It's just great. I'd recommend it to anybody of any age. I don't dread going to the gym anymore. I used to go, today's the day I go to the gym. I gotta go to the gym. I mean, I actually look forward to it, even though I do need a nap in the afternoon afterwards. One of the things I like most about Kanna is that I get to work out with my family, my son-in-law, my daughter, and my 13-year-old granddaughter, and they're really into it, and they've swept me up in it too, and I don't know, there's nothing like it. And to have a 13-year-old granddaughter, sometimes it's hard to talk to 13-year-olds, because I know that from having taught. But she and I just really connect, and we can connect through CrossFit as one of the ways we do. And it's just really fun to be in the same room with her, and we're all working on the same thing, and then afterwards we can talk about how hard the wall balls were, or or how well we did on some activity or another. It's great. I love it. It's a real bonus. I mean, it would have been wonderful just to come and be with friends and make new friends, but to have your family there too, that's really special. My relationship with my daughters has always been good and always been strong, but it's just another layer of communication and things we can share, which is great. I really admire that about you guys. You're accepting of someone like me. Don't put this on the thing, this is off the record. But yeah, it's kind of cool that you'd take me in.
Of course.
Well, one thing on the record, I would like to just thank my daughter and son-in-law, first of all, for giving me the courage and the encouragement to come. But then also, I can't say enough about the staff. You guys are just great. Steph and you and Justin are you three are the ones I know the best. And I just feel so supported, so accepted, and yeah, it's fun.